Alright, and here we are. Good morning or good afternoon, chat. Whatever it is, where you live. And let's try that again, shall we? Seems we have 3 people in chat right now. Welcome, everyone. Let's see if I got the hang of the OBS shortcuts right. Did it switch back to the game? Can you guys see the game right now? So again, greetings everyone, and please let me know if everything is okay on your end. Does my audio sound good to you, and does video quality sound good as well? Greetings Mateus, how are you doing? Greetings to everybody else too. This is a bit embarrassing, I'll tell you, because this is actually the second time I try streaming today. I tried it earlier today and my internet just died for no apparent reason. It just went adios and then just died on me. And it stayed like that for like 30 minutes, so I decided to just, try again later. But yeah, we are back, and today we are continuing our journey. I hope you don't hear any dogs barking in the background, because my neighbor's dog, Jesus Christ, man. My neighbor's dog just decided to start barking right now. But yeah, we are still gathering footage for my upcoming theory video, or lore video. And in the meantime, I'll be streaming and chatting with you guys. We've defeated the twin dragon riders at the end of yesterday's stream. You can check out the VOD on the channel if you want to. And today we'll probably be defeating the Mirror Knight and maybe getting halfway through the Shrine of Amana. We'll see. But first, let's talk to Benhart here. Well met indeed.
Good to see you well. Yes, very good indeed. I journeyed from the distant east to perfect my swordsmanship. The legend has it that powerful beings...
He's not from Mira, right? Despite the fact he has the armor. I think he's from Jugo. Right. His fake sword, but still. It is a good sword, though.
This land is a right mess, eh?
Indeed it is.
King's gone. The people have a mad glint in their eyes. The land itself is overrun by terrible beasts. No better place to test my sword, eh? This land is
right. So, one of the things I will briefly mention on my video is how Benhart and what's his name, Creighton, were likely either meant to be the same character, or at the very least their quest lines were meant to be linked together. You guys probably do know that Dark Souls 2 changed a lot during development. And a lot of NPCs and bosses and even whole areas, I think, were like repurposed or moved around during development. And if you notice, not only their designs are similar, Benhart's and Creighton's, but also they kind of have the same animations. I mean, most NPCs have the same animations, right? But in their case, even their posture is the same when they are fighting, or the way they sit down too is the same animation. Which could also just be, reutilizing resources. It doesn't necessarily have to mean anything, but still. It's interesting to observe. Just got a little bit of a lag spike here on my end, so if you guys do notice anything, please let me know. So this door is locked. Yeah, it's been a while since I've played this game, up until this point, honestly. I had a like end game character, you know. It's the character that I used on my Dark Souls 2 boss fight videos. I have, I believe, 4 or maybe 5 of them on this channel. But unfortunately, I lost those characters. Because I had my computer formatted, right? And oh, there's a lone archer. Both in name and in meaning, because he's indeed alone. There is no other archer there. Okay, I'm gonna show myself out. But yeah, I lost my saves, unfortunately. I had my computer formatted, and for some reason my save files were not on Steam Cloud, or maybe Steam failed to sync my save files for this game specifically. I also lost my Dark Souls 3 files when that happened, but didn't really lose my Dark Souls 1 characters, thankfully, so I still have those. As I ascend the ladders, I'm gonna take a sip of my tea that I'm having right now. Still quite hot. Let me know if you guys are snacking on something or drinking something as you watch. I don't actually remember the layout of this level. I'm gonna have to relearn things as I go. I do remember we fight more of those headless mannequins from not poison, the earthen peak. Ah, I have to defeat an enemy here, right, to activate this. Okay, so let's do that. Also, let's equip a medium shield, because I hate fighting against these mannequins. They are way too aggressive. Still fast rolling, okay. Let me replace my ring too. What do I want equipped? I want defense. I like being tanky. There. So, where are these guys? There you are. Come on. Let's bottleneck them on this door. Alright. I only need one of you, so the other one can die. Get away from me, thank you. Now over here, sir, over here. And you are getting poked. Yeah. Shield poke for the win, and that activates. The golem activates. Wonder if I should record that. Again, we are gathering footage here as I go, but I was mainly thinking of NPC dialogue, you know. But footage of the golems animating and moving would also be interesting. I suppose I have it now, because I can always download the VOD and edit. But I would prefer to go HUD off when doing more cinematic footage. Well, Old Knight Hammer. I could play with my HUD off too, although it would be difficult. Kaitas Kaim, so great sword. It's a cool spell if you're playing a intelligence build. Man, I don't like this NPC for some reason. This is one of the Scholar of the First Scene added NPCs, right? I never actually played Dark Souls 2 on its original form, you know, before Scholar was released, but as I understand, some of these NPCs weren't in the game in the original release. I don't really like this one. I think it's a rather stupid looking design, I don't know. Dual shield and full Havel. Well. And there's a horse over there. Weird ass hitbox on that. I thought I could just strafe to the side, but apparently not. Okay. What are you doing now? Strange delay on that too. No sir, you're not kicking me. Get back here. Yeah, that attack is strange. Let's pop a heal. Again getting some lag, I don't like that. think it was the visual effect on the horse. I've already tweaked my stream settings, so I'm not really sure why the game is lagging. Gower's Ring of Protection, also known as the Try Hard PvP Ring. One of them anyway. It's the one that puts a ghost on your back, so you take reduced damage and you can't be backstabbed either. Not really gonna use it. Let me set up a timer as well, because I do want to keep an eye on the time. This is probably going to be a bit of a short stream, alright? Just gonna let you guys know right now. Since I did run into some technical difficulties earlier, as I mentioned, I would have preferred to start this stream sooner, but okay, man, you're missing a few frames of that animation. That came out way too fast. Alright. Just testing out my microphone here. Okay, it seems to be working. Okay. I thought I might be muted for a second. Okay. The great sword wielding guys are much easier to defeat. Yeah, that's the... Oh, there's another one. Lovely. Yeah, I'm gonna zap you guys. Not a lot of damage. Poke. Got rid of one. Another zap, for good measure. Yeah, much easier moveset. Ow. I say as I get smacked on the face. There we go. Do I have healing? I do. I still forgot to change my spells. Normally I have passive healing as well, but I equipped Magic Barrier on yesterday's recording. That's a mimic, right? I almost opened that. Almost fell for the oldest trick in the book. Okay, let's get out of the way because it will come out swinging. And that thing's hitboxes is hideous, to say the least. There. Petrified Dragon Bone and the Washing Pole. Is there anything else on the other side? Reminds me that I've been meaning to play a Sasaki Kojiro build by using the Washing Pole on any of the games, but the problem is it takes so long to get that sword, you know? I think the easiest one to get would be in Dark Souls 2, because you can get a copy of it on the Harvest Valley. Really wanted to play that character in Dark Souls 3, but it takes forever to get the Washing Pole. Feels like we have to beat half the game, you know? I like to get my character set up as earlier as possible, usually. As earlier as possible is what I meant to say. Anything here? No. So there's the archer there. And I know the gargoyle will also wake up at some point. Let's get rid of the archer first. Yeah, you're getting backstabbed. You made it way too easy, my friend. And now this guy woke up. No, thank you. Not a lot of damage. Yeah, getting footage from the gargoyles would be interesting as well, I think. Ouch, not a lot of damage actually. I am quite tanky, I suppose. Ow. Stab. There. Love the reach on that strong attack. So I need to open the shortcut now. Strange animation cancel here. Alright. This is the room with the desert sorceresses, right? Yep. There they are. No, thank you. That's a hard no on my part. I'm actually popping Magic Barrier here because I know it will give me fire resistance as well. And let's shoot them in the face repeatedly. The one in the back can't actually hit me, I believe, so let's get rid of this one first. There we go. Now let's make this a bit more interesting. No, thank you. Backstab. Yeah. Begone, wench. Your seduction will not work on me. Repair powder, flame butterfly. 10 flame butterfly, that's nice. Any ghosts here? Aha, I knew there was a ghost. Busted. The ghost has been busted officially. And oh nice, another shard. Gotta remember to give that to Shenalot back in Majula. So do help me remember, chat, to record any NPC conversations we have, right? I would prefer to like disable the Steam's overlay, the input overlay I have right now, and maybe turn off the HUD as well. Okay, so that's activated. I think the golem also activates the elevator. Yeah, that's it. This is still locked though, right? Yeah. So let's go up. Another sip of my tea. I was gonna have more coffee, but I figured I would change things up today. And up we go, and up we go. Man, that's a long elevator. Insert Metal Gear Solid. What a true soundtrack. Here we are. Where does this take me, actually? This is the room with the trapped Finito, or Milfinito, actually. Yeah, there's this guy. I think I will actually disable the input overlay, you know? If you guys don't mind. There we go, it's disabled. Just to make it easier on myself to salvage true footage later. Even if I do forget to hit the record button, I can just download the VOD and use that. So let's get strong magic shield. There's the Finito. We will be able to rescue her later on. Again, very interesting... Well, not implication, but... interesting how it all comes together once you understand the story, right? We will learn later that the Finito can bring comfort to those bound by dark, essentially to humans, as I understand. And they do so by singing. They sing, and those little insects which look like torchbugs will dance and kinda entrance or hypnotize dark creatures, the enemies we fight in the Shrine of Amana. So it makes sense that one Vendrick might have brought one of the Milfinito to the castle to try and protect himself from Nashandra, maybe. Or maybe even to provide comfort to himself, possibly. But then Nashandra had the creature locked away. Possibly because it would help subdue Nashandra, right? To have her walking around the castle. Nashandra likely being one of the fragments of Manus, as we come to learn later. Never explicitly stated though, right? That she is a fragment of Manus, but it is heavily implied. So that's the key right here. The key to the King's Passage. Let's read that actually. It's been a while. Where is it? That's the Fang Key, Lenigrast, House, Soldier. Where is it? Here. Key to the King's Passage inside Drungley Castle. King Vendrick tried all manner of things to purge the curse that threatened his kingdom. But when every last attempt failed, the king fled through the King's Passage. Alright, so maybe it was Vendrick who brought the Milfanito here. Because it says right here, he tried all manner of things to purge the curse. So maybe he realized that the singing from the Milfanito had some sort of effect on darkness, on creatures bound by dark. An alluring skull here. And this, I believe, is a shrine of... What's his name now? Do I have a piece of armor here on me? Cyan. Or Shun. Cyan? Shun? The color cyan is written with C, right? So that's Cyan? Shun? I'm not sure. But I believe that's a shrine made for Cyan or Shun. That sword looks a lot like the Baldur's side sword from Dark Souls 1 though, which is interesting. But yeah. Then we have these Kung Fu fighting horse statues here. There, they are waking up. Oh, there's one right here. Can I get rid of you quickly? I can't. Nope. No, sir. Poke. Oh, okay, so a strong attack can stagger them. That's good to know. Oh, they are fast and they can stagger me quite easily. That didn't hit. There. Damn it. Stop. There we go. You have Kung Fu, I have my armor. Unfortunately, I am offline right now, so there won't be any Mirror Knight invasions. Not because I want to, by the way, but Dark Souls 2 servers just happen to be offline again. It has been happening quite recently, actually, which is kind of strange. I've noticed on the Steam forums as well, a lot of people complaining that these servers have been going online and offline, and online again, quite often. Twinkling Titanite. Do I have enough Titanite chunks already? Still only one. Man, I need more. Here we have Ashen Knight Boyd. We are not going to summon him, of course. And there's another one. Ah, that's Benhart. I might have to summon him, though, for his quests, so... I know some people don't like summoning, but come on, it's in the game, it's meant to be used. Do I go... medium shield? Yeah, medium shield, why not? Because I want to block something. Not sure how much magic barrier is gonna help, but... Oh, my damage is going to be ass, right? Because this guy is resistant to lightning. I've just remembered that. Yeah, my damage is not going to be good. Yeah, especially if I hit his shield. Let's try that again. Yep. Although that's still comparable to what I was doing to the Dark Lurker yesterday, so not too bad. Yeah, not too bad. And I am using a spear and I do have the Leo ring, so I should be able to get some nice counter hits in. Love this boss's design though, like easily one of the best looking bosses in the game. Oh. If not the best looking, honestly. Also, if you ever want to do a Blasphemous cosplay, this sword right here, the Torn Greatsword, is what you should be using. I do realize I don't have any music on. Sorry, guys. There we go. A little bit better. Completely forgot about that. I noticed the lack of atmosphere during the fight. I was like, whoa, why is everything so quiet? Okay, here comes the NPC. Stab. I missed. Yeah, I gotta help Benhart. Can I get this guy's aggro on me, please? I am running out of durability quite fast though. Why is he locked onto Benhart? Come on, man. I'm here too. Hit. Yeah, there we go. Very underwhelming boss fight. But then again, I don't know why he just locked into Benhart and refused to. Well, let's go. Whoa. Some weird stuff happening to the shadows here. I am using Dark Souls 2 Lightning mod, but what is happening right now? What is this? I had never gotten to this far, this far into the game with this mod installed, so weird glitch, man. I might have to report this later at the mod page. But otherwise, very cool mod, because check this out. Check how beautiful this is, you know? Okay, there's an invisible wall here. Yeah. This game looks beautiful with this mod installed. What is here again? Soul Bolt, Spell Quartz String +2, and 3 Bonfire Aesthetics. Aesthetics, sorry, not aesthetics. Although the bonfire is quite aesthetic as well, I suppose. Now let's get ready to play some Call of Duty. I'm not a fan of this level as many people. Though I do usually play Faith builds, so it's a little bit easier. For me anyway. Since I do have access to Magic Barrier, which, well, blocks magic. As the name implies. Reduces the damage I take from magic attacks. And I will be using it on this level for sure, you can bet on it. Strange lag going on again. It didn't happen during my test stream, so I'm really not sure why this is happening. Maybe I have to fine-tune my settings a bit more. Man, I love the colors here. Again, I hadn't gotten this far into the game with the Lightning mod installed. I love the colors on this level. I can light a torch here, right? No reason to, but still. It's a cool little detail. Basically, the developers showing us that, hey, you can light torches on these, just so you can fall for a trap later, where you light a torch and your light provokes the aggro of a bunch of enemies around you. Oh my, look at this. Oh my god, look at these colors. This is beautiful. Can't recommend this mod enough, guys, seriously. Give it a try, it's on Nexus. Dark Souls 2, just Google Dark Souls 2 Lightning mod. I can't remember the proper name, but still. This is beautiful. And the shadows on the water too, look at that. Awesome. Alright. Let's light this up. Do a little bit of exploration here. No, not here. There is like a level I can go get down. I should probably change my weapon because the spear is almost breaking. Let's use the sword for now. Yeah, this right here is what I was looking for. I will hop back to Majula to spend these souls, but first I have to break this, right? There. First I want to explore this area here. Easy stun lock with strong attacks, alright. I will play at a slower pace on this level because it's, well, it's the Shrine of Amana, right? But also because I'm really not good at fighting most of the enemies here. Those Archdrake priests there, they can very easily kick my ass if I'm not careful. A Skeptic Spice and some Wilted Dusk Herb, alright. The Shrine of Amana, which basically carries the the remnants of the faith that was practiced in Shulva, right? According to the lore. It's quite interesting how we had this in the base game before we got the DLCs. I believe if we start as a cleric, we also start with the Archdrake's robes, right? Which kinda implies that our character was a part of this sect, I believe. Our character's backstory is usually not very relevant, right? But still, it's interesting to think about who you were based on your class. Which is why I like the short class description we have in Dark Souls 1 and 3. Kind of a shame we don't have it here in Dark Souls 2. Quite a few people in chat right now. Welcome everybody.
Is that a shard you found?
Yes, it is.
Here.
Welcome newcomers. My name is Jeff and we are playing Dark Souls.
However,
Hopefully not dying too many times at the Shrine of Amana. Just defeated the Mirror Knight, though we didn't miss anything because it was quite the underwhelming boss fight, if I'm being honest. Let's keep putting points into faith. I would like to use the Dragon Kime eventually. And let's adjust my spells before I forget to do that. What do I want to bring here? I have 2 casts of Magic Barrier. I think it should be enough, right? Well, let's bring another one, why not? And I won't be casting Lightning, I believe, so much, so I'm gonna bring a heal with me. Medium heal sounds good. Can I get Great Heal? I can, and I actually have more casts. So let's go with Great Heal. Let me store these spells that I won't be using. I like to keep my inventory clean. Alright. And more importantly, I need to get more ammo because we are going into Counter-Strike inspired level right now. Or Call of Duty. So I am going to put this crossbow to work for sure. Let's get ourselves some more boats. I have 60, so give me like 40. Yeah, that's good. And I believe that's it. Can I reinforce anything? I don't think I can. Oh, right, I got more petrified dragon bone. I need more. Seriously. I want to use this, but it's not fully upgraded yet. It deals less damage than my Hade Knight Spear. Yeah, 363. My sword deals more damage. Kind of a shame, but still. Also, have I taken... I haven't, right? I haven't picked up the shield upper there. I think I will get that before we go to the Shrine of Amana, because that shield has a lot of magic resistance. And it can parry magic as well. But how do I get there? I don't actually remember how I get there. Is it easier through the servants' quarters bonfire? If you remember anything, chat, let me know which bonfire gets me there faster. But I think this might be it. Nothing there. There's a guy here, right? Yep. I don't think I've properly explored this level, honestly. I have played through it, of course, but... Yep, see, there's items there, and... I hadn't triggered... Really? I completely forgot about this. I hadn't even triggered the gargoyle cutscene, or intro, or whatever. Well... Let me get that item over there. Is there anything else to get here? I don't think so. So let me get that. I have defeated the ruined sentinels, I believe. Okay, this guy's gonna come down here. I mean, of course I have defeated the Ruined Sentinels. I've just teleported to the Servant Quarters bonfire. I wouldn't be able to use that bonfire if I hadn't. Okay, so I can unlock this shortcut. Sorry for the detour, by the way, chat. Oh no. Completely forgot about these dudes. Thankfully I am much higher level than the normal level you would play through this area. Anybody else feels like exploding? No? Alright. Okay, so that takes me to the same area as before. I don't actually remember the layout of this area very well. I know this door is fake, right? It's just like a bit of a throw by the developers, yeah. There's just a skeleton in there. Not quite a closet, but there's still skeletons in there. Be gone, you two. Okay, now I remember. This is it. There's a pursuer encounter around here as well. And a few more of these guys. I suppose I could have teleported to Strait's bonfire as well, but what's done is done. So I have gotten that, and then we have the invisible wall here. Yes, there we go. It's all coming back together. Let me equip my parry shield, because I do like to parry the pursuer. Since I did go on a bit of a detour, I can at least give you guys a bit of a show then, to compensate for that. If you guys like seeing parries, there's a few parries coming up. Hello, my guy. That I can't parry, though. That I can. Alright. Not that difficult to parry the pursuer, but still, it's entertaining, I assume. It is entertaining to do, I will tell you that. I never get tired of it. More Twinkling Titanite, which I haven't found a use for yet. I don't really use any special weapons on this character. And there is a ring here I haven't gotten. When I play a rapier build, I usually get this ring quite early on to help produce item wear. So a bit of parkour here. More flame butterflies, another torch. And this is how you get the shields, right here. So this might be educational for some of you, I don't know. This is quite the old game, but still, it is a very out-of-the-way item. But this is how you get this item up here. From the Macduff bonfire over there, down there. And it is the Golden Wing Shield, which is absolutely beautiful and not that useful, unfortunately. It has 80 magic resistance, as you can see. Innate magic resistance. Only 60 physical resistance though, so not that useful overall as a shield. Decent stability, I believe. But more importantly, it looks beautiful. And you can parry magic with it. You see the little white effect when I parry? This is the effect of items that have the spell parry ability. Can I plunge this guy? Oh my god, man. Okay, I tried to parry him, but it didn't quite work. Can I do it again? Yeah, that didn't work. Again. Nope, yeah, not good at parrying with medium shields. I wanna parry you just once, sir. There we go, thank you. Not very good at parrying with medium shields. But I might use that shield anyway at the Shrine of Amana, just to block spells, because it's fun to do that. And it's not something you get to do very often in the game. Alright, so let's do this. Can I level up again? Do I have enough souls to level up? Bearer 6 seek last, yeah, sure. Not quite, though I might be able to with my soul items. I need 19k. Yeah, I do have plenty. Let's pop one of these. 10k, I didn't even need to go for that many, but still. Another point to faith. Hopefully I will be able to use Lightning Blade as soon as I get it. I don't remember what the requirement is on that spell, but I should be able to use it as soon as I get it. So let's do this. And welcome again for anyone who has just joined up. Let me know if my audio sounds alright for you guys. You can see the enemies from up here actually, that's quite interesting. You could probably snipe them if you had... Oh, can I? I can actually, interesting. We're not going to snipe every single one of them, but if I was playing like a pure archer, this would be fun to do. Which reminds me that I would still like to play a great bow build. I've just never gotten around to doing it. Something like a Eastern inspired build, you know, using the Murakumo and Alone's great bow would be fun. What is this here? Another soul. I have lots of these. And... oh, I thought he wouldn't attack because he had the torch bugs flying around him. Do I have to break that again, or is it there? I think I have to break it. Or maybe not? No, it's there. I see it. I've gotta keep an eye on the ground though. How do you guys usually play through this level? Let me know. Usually, like I said, I just play faith builds, so I can stack magic barrier and the shield, which lets me either block or parry magic. And it tends to get a lot of the difficulty out of this level. Or just, you know, dodge everything and kill everything. The tried and true Dark Souls 2 or just Dark Souls in general strat. So there's a few enemies surrounding this item. Normally they are not as visible, are they? I don't remember them being so visible, so easy to spot. It's the difference in color again. Yeah, I'm killing these guys. Human effigy, it's always good to have. Oh, you missed, man. Are you aiming at? So I can interrupt his attacks. And not even stagger him either, apparently. Not with a one-handed weak attack, anyway. Has she stopped singing already? Because these guys are aggroed. I don't hear it, so yeah. I think as you approach the house, the Milfanito stops singing. Archdrake mace and Archdrake gloves. Do these gloves look good? Not really. I mean, they look cool, but they don't really match the armor, I think. So, Elite Knight it is. I'm gonna turn the HUD off right now and go quiet just a little bit. Because I do want to record this scene right here, this dialogue. Again, I am recording footage for a video, so don't mind me as I go quiet, okay, chat?
We knew you were coming. And stop singing. We are Milfanito. We are here to sing to those bound by death and dark. We will sing here forever, as we always have from long, long ago. We know nothing of the world outside. And why should we? For we will never leave. Do you seek King Vendrick? But what is a king, after all? we know nothing of the world outside. For we will never leave here. When we sing, the little ones dance. The little ones grant comfort to those who bear death and dark. This is what we were taught. Is there anything wrong? Perhaps this will help. This is all that we can do. When we sing, the little one...
Alright, now she's just repeating the dialogue. Okay, that was quite a lot.
We were taught.
And she gave us... I didn't actually pay attention to what she gave us. I think it was one of those small, smooth, silky stone, right? Smooth, silky stone. Small, smooth, silky stone. Try saying that really quick. Real quick. It's kind of difficult. I think I'll keep the HUD off for now. It does look good. Looks quite cinematic. And what's in here? That's crimson water. Quite an interesting item. I think it does work on these enemies here because they are hollow. Yeah, that's the house again. Yeah. Is there anything on the other side of the house? No, I don't think so. Oh, there's this guy. I saw you moving on my peripheral. You can't fool me, sir. Is this where we get the chest with the lightning spell? The lightning blade spell? I can't actually see it. I don't think so, no. No, it's not here. There's a place with lots of stone columns, right? So I think it's towards the next area. And there's more enemies over there. Let's try to lure them one by one. Stab. Okay, I'm turning the HUD on again simply because not being able to see my own stamina is a bit of a pain. Okay, so these guys shouldn't attack me because she's singing again. Let's focus on these guys. And two of them aggro at the same time. Wonderful. Can I stun lock you? I can. 3 of them. Awesome. The biggest problem being they have block frames during their attacks. Yeah. What is that hyper armor? Archdrake Mace. Yeah, one of the things which kinda pisses me off a bit, I suppose, about Dark Souls 2. It's how some enemies have block frames during some of their attacks, but the animation itself doesn't really make it clear that they are blocking, you know? A lot of people, I suppose, downplay the importance of carefully crafted animations in video games. This can happen a lot in Dark Souls, in the beginning of the game too, because some of the hollow soldiers you fight in the Forest of Fallen Giants, they can also block and attack at the same time, but it's not very obvious that they are blocking, so this can lead to you taking damage that you shouldn't have taken. You should have been able to avoid taking that damage, you know? Whereas in Dark Souls 1 it is very obvious when an enemy is trying to block or parry. So yeah, hitboxes are an issue in Dark Souls 2, but attack animations too. They aren't very clear. Not always, anyway. I have a strange love-hate relationship with Dark Souls 2 because I was very frustrated when I played this game for the first time. Especially because I had to unlearn a lot of stuff from Dark Souls 1 in order to play this one. But I got used to it eventually, you know. So I kinda sit on the fence. Like, I see people who absolutely hate this game. They will say that it's trash, that it's the worst game in the franchise, and it's absolutely unplayable. And then on the other hand, we have people who go, bro, just put points into adaptability, that's it. You just gotta level ADP, and everything will be okay. And it's like, both of these are kinda wrong, in my opinion. It's an amazing game, but it's terribly, terribly flawed, you know? And I'm not gonna excuse its flaws just because I have come to realize that it's a good game. I like it despite its flaws, but I won't ignore them either, you know? And now we are getting into the FPS section of the level. And I'm afraid I might have to end the stream soon, actually, which is a shame. Can I parry this? There. I've parried an attack. Oh, that thing can curve. Okay, I gotta be careful. That thing can curve, brother. There's these guys here too. I can sit here actually just to repair my weapon. No reason not to. So let's set ourselves an objective here. I will try to get... Should I try to get it? I don't know. It's getting quite late. I was gonna say I would try to get the lightning spear... Sorry, lightning blade spell before ending the stream, but I might have to end it right now actually. Another spell parry for your entertainment. And that is going to be it, I'm afraid, guys. So let's hop back to Majula for now. Yeah, a bit of a short stream, sorry, especially for those who have just joined, because... Like I said earlier, I did run into technical problems earlier today. I would have preferred to stream for longer. But if you guys have just joined, I would like to remind you that I will be streaming for longer on Saturday, aka tomorrow. And you can find the appropriate timestamps on this channel's description. It is going to be a Dark Souls 1 lore through, where I will be playing through the game slowly and carefully exploring things like item descriptions and NPC dialogue. And I will be getting most, if not all, of the NPC quests and all of the items too, so it's going to be quite fun. We get to play through Dark Souls 1 and talk about the game's design and lore. And I'm also much better at that game too, so I'm quite excited to play it with you guys. But yeah, be sure to check that out if that sounds interesting to you. Subscribe if you guys haven't already. And I switch to the correct screen here. I believe I can... No, that's not the correct screen, sorry. Again, professional streamer, everybody. There we go. Man, that's crazy. I've just now seen some messages in chat. I was checking chat through my phone and I was seeing nothing, absolutely nothing. Dark Souls 2 stream in 2025 indeed, my friend. And also Dark Souls 1 and 3, if I can. I love these games and I will continue to play them until... I don't know, man, until I'm no longer here, I believe. Shrine of Amana is the main reason why I couldn't be looking... Sorry, while I count the Looking Glass Knight as the final boss. I refuse to go through that place again. Fair enough, man, fair enough. It is a terrible level. You do get used to it eventually, but yeah, not very fun to play through. Between the magic spells and the danger of falling through the water as well, not very fun. But yeah, guys, like I was saying, I hope to see you guys tomorrow. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and thank you guys for coming, thank you for stopping by. And that's it, guys, see ya, have a nice day.